Okay, this is how we test a zener diode to find out at what voltage the zener diode will essentially turn on. So zener diodes can be anywhere between 1 volt to 200 volts typically in terms of how they turn on, at what voltage they turn on and begin to conduct. Zener diodes are manufactured to conduct in a reverse bias situation, and they are used in multiple things. What I want to teach you today is how to, they're used for voltage regulators, for example. What I want to do today is teach you how to identify your zener diode, the turning on point, or the zener voltage. So this particular zener diode will turn on at around 5 volts, 5.1 volts. So the very first thing we need to do is we need to set up our power supply to limit the value of current. So the very first thing you want to do is make sure that this button here is in the out position. You're going to turn all of these down. You're going to turn all those dials down. And then what I want you to do is turn this switch to read amps. Then what we're going to do is you're going to take the red and the black that's out of here. So it's all turned down. That red light is on. And what you're going to do is you're going to take these two leads, you're going to put them together. So it's just these two leads, and I'm gator clipping them together like that. What I want to do is I want to get a constant current of about 0.01 of an amp. So about 1 milliamp. So let's take a look and see how we do that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn the fine, not the coarse, I'm going to turn the fine dial up just a little bit. I'm going to turn the voltage up just a little bit. And I'm going to turn the current up a little bit more. And now you can see that I'm starting to get a value of current flowing. So 0.2, and I want to get that to about 0.1. So 0.1. So now I'm limiting the value of current to about 10 milliamps. And the reason we want to limit the current is because we don't want to allow too much current to go through our diode. So about 10 milliamps. Now what we're going to do is we can separate these two. And now I want you to take this button and set it to volts. And that's just changing between, what it's displaying, whether it's displaying current or whether it's displaying voltage. Now remember, the zener diodes operate in reverse bias. So I can see that this is a black stripe here. So I'm going to turn that around and I'm going to put the black stripe on the positive. And then I'm going to take the negative of my power supply and put it to the anode of this. Now, using the coarse adjustment, I'm going to dial this up until I start seeing a value flowing. But I still don't really have any current flowing in the circuit as indicated by the red current light over here. So even at 2.8 volts, this is still in reverse bias and it doesn't want to allow current to flow. So now I'm going to get up to 4, and I said that this one is going to start to conduct somewhere around 5 volts. So I'm going to be very careful to adjust this. And as I get closer to 5 volts, I'm going to use the fine adjustment here. And as I use the fine adjustment, we should see at about 5.1 volts, that red light's going to come on and it's going to start to conduct. There we go. So the red light came on. So 5.1 volts. So in other words, this diode, this zener voltage on this diode will start to conduct anywhere around 5 volts.